Hi, Charlie. Chelsea's Enzo Maresca. I don't blame them though, because it's been a while since Chelsea picked up maximum points at the Old Trafford. But then, it is what it is. Manchester United, even with their depleted side or things not going quite well for Ruben Amorim, he's managed to beat Chelsea to earn all 3 points on his favorite home grounds, which is the Old Trafford. Yes, Chelsea came with a game plan, but then just after some few minutes, about 4 minutes, everything scattered, and then the Chelsea team got dismantled just after the 4th minutes. But a red card received by goalkeeper Robert Sanchez spoils everything for Chelsea. And then at the end of the day, they succumbed to a 2-1 defeat at the hands of Manchester United. My name is Carrie. This is our media sports page. I have Force here with me who will go deep into the game itself. But then the question you're asking is, Enzo Maresca, has it been disappointing so far? Like, is it riding on the Champions League, the Club World Cup success? Like, is his time due? Do you think there's something needs to change, or there's any tricks he needs to bring on board to aid him being consistent a bit? Because he's not been consistent. From my point of view, he's been very, very inconsistent. He wins today, he loses 2 consecutively, and then draws 1. I don't think a coach coaching a team like Chelsea with the caliber of team he's coaching is not lived up to expectation for me. So I don't know from you, and then what Force also will have to say. But then Force, Enzo Maresca, this is second season with Chelsea. He's won 2 awards, 2 trophies. One notably the Club World Cup. What do you make of his general performance since taking over from last season?
Well, it depends on the KPIs that have been given him. You understand? I mean, as a Chelsea supporter or as a pundit, what I would judge him generally, right? But that is going to be different from what the club owners would want to see, right? Because every coach that has been given the job, has KPIs, has targets to meet. I do not know the targets yet, but the first thing that the club owners did indicate when Maresca came in, it was the fact that they want to build for the future. They are not necessarily wanting to win the EPL.
Not to cut you short though, talking of KPIs, I think he mentioned that the team told him in the first season he should just keep up the momentum and then finish at a very at a mid-table.
Not the mid-table. You fight for Champions League. Is it? The caveat is that.
But then he mentioned the team didn't tell him to qualify for Champions League.
You see, sometimes you don't have to be lucid in what you want. It puts a lot of pressure on the players. You understand? But this is at the highest level, and Chelsea should have that kind of pressure to want to perform, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a team that is synonymous with trophies. This is a team that is synonymous with winning. This is a team that has tasted success in every single competition that it has participated in. So if you are a coach, and even if the club owners were not clear in wanting you to win the league, as a coach, you should have the onus, you should have the pressure to want to win, because it not only
adds up to your CV.
It not only adds to your CV, but it propels you as a coach and a gaffer. But if you are telling me that because the club did not put that KPI clearly, then you are comfortable, in whatever position that you find yourself in. I very well believe that the club lacks ambition, one, and the club's ambition totally deviates from what we have known over the past 21 years. Because of there's a disjoint between what we have seen under Roman Abramovich under Todd Boehly.
Yes.
You understand? And but at the end of the day, you should give them a bit of a leeway because of the turmoil that the club found themselves in. But coming back to the point again, I very well believe that Chelsea as a club, no matter the transition, should be competing and fighting for the trophies that they partake in.
Force believes it's a very shameful to not be able to participate at the highest level or compete at the highest level as a coach who is at the helm of affairs at a very, very notable club like Chelsea. I also believe same, Charlie. If you are pushing Chelsea, it's always a very huge task for you to perform very well, because that's what is expected of you. But then, I don't know what you also think. Whatever you feel, let us know in the comment box. So first, do you think if it fails to win in subsequent games, maybe 2-3 matches, if it doesn't do well, should he be shown the exit door?
No, he wouldn't be sacked. He wouldn't be sacked. He would. You see, we would have to be clear what we want as supporters, what we want as pundits, and what the club's vision is. I get to the point. If I say that if he doesn't win the next couple of matches, he should be sacked, that is my fanciful wish, right? Because as a Chelsea supporter, I would want my team to be winning. You understand? And anybody who is not aiding that effect should be taken off, right? That is my wish. But at the end of the day, it is just my wishful wish. But what is clear and what is lucid on the ground is the fact that he has been given time, he's been backed with the resources, he's been backed with time,
and he's not able to deliver.
No, if you say he's not able to deliver, I disagree, because the competitions that he has partook in, he has won 2 of them. So on that basis, we can say that he has justified his position as the gaffer, right? But those are not the trophies that Chelsea wants to win. Chelsea wants to win the Champions League. Chelsea wants to win the FA Cup. Chelsea wants to win the EPL. These are the most coveted trophies as a club you fight for. So on the basis of this, I would say confidently that you can use just a season to judge a coach. Some coaches have been given 5, 6, 7 years, without winning trophies, and they are still building. But
mention that particular coach.
Oh, that is not what we are discussing. But if at the end of the day, a coach has been able,
there's no single coach.
Please, let me make my point. If in 2 seasons he's won 2 trophies, 2 very good trophies that he has partaked in. Now I don't see the reason why.
Which trophies are these?
He's won the Club World Cup. He's won the Conference League, and that is what is in front of you. You beat what is put in front of you.
Yeah, he failed in the Premier League, the FA Cup.
When you say he failed in the Premier League, I totally disagree. He placed 4th in the Premier League, giving him the momentum and the opportunity to play in the Champions League. And that is one of the reasons why I did indicate earlier that dependent on the KPIs, you can say that Chelsea's season last season was a success, because the club was not intended to win the EPL. So if the mission was to play in the Champions League, which is to qualify for the Champions League, then you can say that the season was a success based on the KPI, because we are dealing with the KPIs. So if you have been able to justify the KPIs, then the season has been a success.
Okay, so first claims Chelsea's season was a success last season, but then I don't totally agree with him. Yes, I feel there was some ups and downs, and then I don't know. And then this season has been not the season Chelsea fans expected. I'm a Chelsea fan, yes, I won't deny that. Not the season I quite expected. I thought maybe Chelsea would have been at least 12 out of 15 points on the league log right now, but then we found ourselves 8 points so far, which is very, 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 very embarrassing as a Chelsea fan and a team that supports the Blues. On the hands of Manchester United, 2-1. In the last 12 games, Chelsea has failed to win against Manchester United, and they are very, very home grounds, which is something I think. I don't know, because teams like Wolves, Brighton, and could pick points there. So what's stopping Chelsea from picking maximum points from the Old Trafford? There's something only the Chelsea gaffer and the players will be able to answer. So first, what do you term as a success season for Chelsea this season? What do you expect them to achieve? Or if Enzo Maresca is to keep his job, what do you think he should do this season? Because as I said earlier, I'm not impressed with what he has started so far. Is he supposed to win the EPL, maybe do well in the Champions League, or per the KPIs you just mentioned? What do you think he needs to fulfill in order to be termed as a successful coach in his second season?
You see, you would have to take it from 2 perspectives. You understand? I mean, from the perspective of a supporter like myself,
and
from the perspective
as a club.
Of the owners, you understand? What are the KPIs this season? What are the deliverables this season? It has not been communicated. Is it to win the EPL? Is it to do well in the EPL? Is it to qualify for the Champions League? Is it to win the Champions League? These are the questions that we would have to ask before we can confidently say that this is going to be this is what success would look like.
A team like Chelsea obviously aim at winning the Premier League anytime the Premier League starts.
That is why I did indicate earlier that a team like Chelsea should be competing for success in every single competition that they partake in.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, the reality is that you are not good enough every single season to want to win. Just like last season where we said that Man City was not in a position to win the EPL. Is Chelsea in a position to win the EPL? I really do not think they are in a position to win the EPL. So qualifying for the Champions League again, to me, is going to be a successful season if they are able to qualify for the Champions League again this season, and then probably get to the semis or the quarters of the Champions League and then probably win an FA Cup or win a domestic league, win a domestic cup, I would term such a season successful based on what we have seen last season and the last couple of seasons, because we haven't been consistently, fighting for the EPL. The last time we were consistently fighting for the EPL was about 7 years ago. So if we are up there fighting for the Champions League and then wanting to be there, I would term it as a success. But yet again, my deliverables and my KPIs are different from what the clubs or what the club wants. Do you understand? Then you will have to get to a point before you would be able to build upon. So at the end of the day, if we have won the Conference League, we have won the Club World Cup, it is mindful, it's the good vibe for us to want to go further by winning a major trophy like the FA Cup, like the EPL, or the Champions League. And if we go on to winning any of these, that's going to be an extra. But to me, doing very well in the Champions League and then qualifying for the Champions League again this season would be a success.
You heard it all from Force. He feels maybe the club hasn't come out with their KPI, clarification of their KPI. We and I don't know. So if he's able to do something quite simple, like winning the FA Cup, he'll term it as a success for the Chelsea FC team. Once again, my name is Courage. I did it with Force. Catch you next episode.